Welcome everybody to POV Kyle. Everything that you want to know about my favorite albums. Alright, today we're going to talk about ILLMATIC. Cause shit, that's one of my favorite albums. If you don't like it, oh well. If you do, click on that subscribe button and be a part of that notification style, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're going to sit here, just discuss music. Tell me what you like. Whatever you like, put it in the comments below. And I'll look it up, see if I might like it. I might add it to this list. You never know. Anywho, dive in. Topic of discussion. ILLMATIC. Let me see what I say about it. I say it's one of my favorite albums due to the fact that it's well written. You know what I mean? Like, I could listen to every single song on there more than once, more than twice. Either replayability. I think replayability is what creates a classic album. Cause I'm not gonna it's not gonna be a classic album if I only listen to it one time. In my eyes, you know what I'm saying. In my eyes, if I listen to the album one time, that's not classic to me. That's throwaway. It's like, yeah, you made a good project. That's about it. That's it. Alright, nothing else. So today we're talking about Nas ILLMATIC from track 1 Genesis all the way to One Love. You know what I mean? They all great tracks. Every single one of them. Man. Okay, the lyrical style now this is, you gotta think about this. This album came out in what, 94? Alright, 94. Hip hop and in 94 was that gritty, everything just sound hard. Like everything was just hard. Like, that's it. Like, you couldn't be no backpack rapper. In my eyes, you couldn't be anyway. Like, this is all for me. This is all my perspective on things. I don't care what you say. This is what it is. It's all my perspective. You know what I'm saying? So, but in my eyes, you couldn't be no backpack rapper in the early 90s, late 80s. Shit, the all 90s. Up until about 2004. Thanks, Kanye. You know what I'm saying? But, like, before that, everybody was gritty. That's what it sounded like anyway. And I'm from 91, so it's a little different for me. Like, I had to go back and listen to all this music. So that's what I captured from it, is when I'm listening to music going back, it's like everything is just like, you know what I'm saying? Everything was hard. But with Nas, it was like you had this hardness to it, right? From this gritty street life, hardcore hip hop, or, you know, that's what they quote unquote hardcore hip hop. You had this gritty street life, but then it was like you get this story. So it's like it's softened up a little bit, because now you're listening to the story like of this dude talking, and it's just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You just start nodding with it, like, yo, this dude's, oh damn, he's speaking truth. Like, oh yeah, I remember that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up the same way, stuff like that. You know, so to me, in this album, that's what encapsulated me. Like, I didn't have that hard life, but this dude's story without making it sound like it's a hard life, made it sound dope, made it sound cool, made it flow fluently. To me, that's what defined the album as a whole. It was just like the cohesiveness. I just wanted to use that word. The cohesiveness of it all. You know what I mean? The whole album, the way it was all put together. So the faves off the album, definitely Life's a Bitch. I love that song. Because it's still relevant to today. Like, life's still a bitch until you get suited. You know what I mean? Just get lifted to the higher power, man. You know what I mean? Life's still a bitch until you die. That's why we get high, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Like, shit, people die every day. So why not get high? why not? Like, in 2018, where you got some states that you could still smoke, in other states you can't smoke. Like, nigga, people gonna die every day, man. Let them smoke. Let them do what the fuck they want to do, man. Like, why are we judging? Whatever the case may be. But life's a bitch. The world, whose world? You know what I'm saying? The world is yours. The world is yours. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this? When I was a freshman in college, right, I did that song my composition. You know what I'm saying? So English 101, right? We had to do like some lyrics or songs or whatever. So I threw up these lyrics, right? You know, first verse of Whose World Is This? You know, or The World Is Yours. I don't know why I keep saying that. You know, and they looked at me like I was stupid. Like they didn't know what the I was talking about. They was like, what is? Because we had to like break it down into like what does it mean or whatever. And they looking at me like I'm stupid. Like they was like, shit's whack. This is 2000. This is 2009, 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I'm like, what the are y'all talking about? I ain't gonna tell you what they put up, but whatever the case may be. So I'm sitting here defending this first stanza in class, and these people looking at me like I'm talking about, like I'm dumb. I was like, man. I was like, y'all don't even know.
I sip the Don P, watching Gandhi till I'm charged and writing in my book of rhymes. All the words past the margin. The whole of mic I'm throbbing. Mechanical movement, understandable smooth shit that murderers move with.
So I said, I got that up on the board, right? I wrote it, and it was like, I said, so I sipped the Don P, watching Gandhi till I'm charged. What does that mean? That means, okay, you drink till you ready. Like, okay, till I'm ready. Writing in my book of rhymes. You get the composition book. You know, everybody in school had a composition book growing up, period. You had a composition book. Writing in my book of rhymes, all the words past the margin, which means you writing off the damn page. To hold the mic, I'm throbbing. Like I can't wait to hold that microphone. Mechanical movement. Understandable smooth shit that murderers move with. The thief's theme. Play me at night, they won't act right. State of hip hop has got me stuck like a crack pipe. My mind activation, react like I'm facing time like Pappy Mason with rhymes I embrace. Wipe the sweat off my dome. Spit the phlegm on the street. Suede Timbs on my feet, make my cipher complete. Damn. If you don't, to me it's like if you don't even like, how could you not like? I f***ed up a little bit, but you go listen to the song yourself, you're gonna be like, God, you right, dude, you right. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. There's no way that you can't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just no way, impossible. It's just no way. You know, I can't believe I skipped one song. My bad. New York State of Mind. You know what I mean? New York State of Mind. What's there not to say about it? Like, 94, New York State of Mind. Everybody knows what New York was like in the 90s. Everybody, period. Like, we had the biggest artists. Everything was just going on in New York. It is what you know, everybody knows what music was in the 90s. You can listen to artists from 2000 to now, whatever. They all say, you know what New York music was in the 90s, period. That's what put a lot of people on. That's what turned a lot of people on to music, period, especially hip hop. And I can go back now and listen to I listen to 80s hip hop or 70s hip hop. That ain't never gonna put me on it. Like, I would never want to rap listening to 80s hip hop. I just me, my personal opinion, I just wouldn't. But when I listen to the NWA, except for NWA, Run DMC, Eric B, Rakim, yeah, you know what I mean. But besides that, let me niggas start hating. 80s hip hop, that they was alright, but the 90s is what I'm talking about. The 90s is where it was at, because you had a whole lot of artists from all over coming out. But so to stick out in the 90s, being from New York where everybody was already at, you had so many artists from New York at this time. Being from New York at this, you know what I'm saying, coming out, and you come with New York State of Mind, like, I'm telling you what my state of mind is in New York, dude. Like, that's what I'm doing. I'm telling you what it is. Like, this is me all day. So I can go on and on about this album, by the way. So, you know what I'm saying? But you got so many tracks. It ain't hard to tell. Represent. I'm just saying, it ain't like today. To me, it's easier to be a rapper today because you don't have to put as much time in. Think about this. Like a lot of artists back then, they had to sit, write word after word after word after word. Now, a lot of people, and this ain't coming at nobody that raps today, because I listen to all type of music. I try to anyway. Try to listen to all type of music. I love quote unquote mumble rap, because it's like, yo, these kids is making money. Let it go. Let them do them. All right. If they don't want to put as much time and effort into it, then don't let them. Let somebody else do it. There's the genre's so huge now. Like hip hop as a whole is so huge now that you don't need everybody to be a conscious rapper. You know what I'm saying? That could get boring to everybody. Like, I don't need to hear everybody being conscious. I don't need it. I listen to Joey Badass. I listen to J. Cole. Listen to Kendrick for that. If I want to turn up, I listen to their music too for that sometimes. But if I want to sit there and like really like just dance and, you know, you know, if I want to do all that, I'm listening to Yachty. I'm listening to Uzi. I'm listening to damn Famous Dex. I'm listening to Rich the Kid. I'm listening to goddamn Kodak. I'm listening to A Boogie. I'm listening to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to G-Eazy. I'm listening. The list can go on and on. But you get my point. Back to Illmatic. What I'm getting at is, to me, this album spawned a lot of my musical, you know. After this is what sparked the raw idea of hip hop being, you know, not I'm not gonna say poetry or whatever, but for me it was like, yo, you could actually sit there, write your life, and make it sound dope. Like, cause that's exactly what this sounds like. Like, this sounds like his life from whatever age it was. Oh, I know what age it was, but from like middle school to a quarter of his life, you know, as he says on Life's a Bitch. So about 20 years old, and he writes it from that perspective to make, from 20 years old, what do you know at 20 years old? What do most people know at 20 years old? This dude knew a lot. You know what I'm saying? Or, quote unquote, he's seen a lot, whatever the case may be. But it was like, he had older dudes saying like, oh, damn, that shit's real. Oh, that's real. I mess with that dude. So that's what it is, man. I can go on and on. Like I said, I can go through each song and stuff like that and really tell you what's what and stuff like that. But it's one of my favorite albums because, like I said, replayability. So every time I do this, every album I do, it gotta have me replaying it. Otherwise, it's not gonna be one of my favorites. So that's POV. Andy's me. 2 up to y'all. I'm out. Go listen.
Yeah.